Today is day 84. 84 consecutive days of me vlogging about the loss of my mother and the healing process and the grieving process. I lost my mother to pancreatic cancer on August 1st of 2019, and I decided I was gonna vlog every day for 365 days. Today is day 84, and I've gotta shoot some photos, so let's go. So this is where I'm shooting at today, the Bakersfield Country Club. Okay, so, one of the things I always tell everybody, if you keep your haters close, you don't have to worry about what they're talking about because they're right there behind your shoulder. See that? You don't have to worry about them talking behind your back because they standing right there.
Yes.
Number one hater, this is Terrance Minnoy.
Yes.
He's a motivational speaker. He wants to motivate you so you can change your life. Get your ass off that couch. I've been knowing Terrance Minnoy since I was in high school. He's a few years older than me. But a few years ago, he suffered a stroke. And it was pretty crazy. And I'll let him tell you. Okay, so look. Terry Minnoy, dude I grew up with, played hoop with. How old were you when you had your first stroke?
44.
44 years old. And tell everybody what happened.
So, 44 years old, almost 5 years ago. Regular day, feeling good, smelling good, working, doing my job. And all of a sudden I had an eye issue, just really bad. And I wasn't sure exactly what it was. Went to bed, got up the next day, didn't change, went to the eye doctor immediately. He told me, hey, look, everything looks good, but if I were you, I'd get a brain scan just to see if anything is going on in your brain. I figured I would do it in a couple of weeks. I figured, probably not a big deal. 2 hours later, I had the second stroke, basically, at my home. Got to the hospital within 30 minutes and had the other stroke while I was there at the hospital, basically debilitated me. And I couldn't walk and slurred speech the whole night.
Okay, so but you said that your son was in the home and he did something. But hold on, we'll tell you in just a second. Okay, so look, Terry's in his home. He's witnessed the stroke. But I think the biggest part of this story is your son. And tell everyone the history and the story of your son.
So at that time, my son was 26 years old. Now, he had never lived with me full-time in his life. He's never lived in my home full-time. But 2 weeks prior to the strokes, he actually called me and said, hey, he just needed a place to, kind of get his head together or whatever. So 2 weeks prior to that is when he moved in with me, and then I had the stroke, basically.
So you have the stroke, you're weak, you can't do anything. What happens?
I yelled out his name, and at the time, my face was contorted, so I can barely talk, but I yelled out his name the best I could. Devin! And luckily, he was in his room, because I wasn't even sure he was at home. He was in his room, came into my room, and saw me on the floor and called 911 immediately.
Okay, so now, here's what happened next. Okay, so Devin comes into the room. Here's his dad. If he's not there, what happens?
If he's not there, you and I probably wouldn't be talking for sure. I definitely probably wouldn't have had pretty much the full recovery that I did have. As a matter of fact, they told me if I didn't get to the hospital as soon as I did, I would either be paralyzed or dead right now.
So So because Devin was there 2 weeks prior, never lived with you,
No.
never spent that kind of time with you in your home with you ever in his
No.
26 years of life,
No.
finally moves in, and he's there to save Dad.
It's there to save my life. And, I consider him my hero to this day. So whenever I talk to him, sometimes I call him my hero, whatever. And he looks at it as, hey, he was just happened to be at my home. But I know that it was God's provision that he be there at my home when I had the stroke. So he's my hero.
Now, what did they tell you when you got to the hospital and they hooked you up and all that? What the significance of what they told you in the hospital?
So what they told me was that where the clot initially hit my brainstem, that if it had stayed right there, I would be either dead or paralyzed. But because the clot actually broke up in patches, is what they say. So the clot actually broke a couple times, so that's why I had another couple episodes. So I asked the doctor, so are you telling me that a breakup was a good thing? And she actually said yes. And isn't that so true in life as well? Sometimes we need to break up with things, whether it be our mentality, maybe be people, associations, whatever. But I'm so glad that I had that situation happen with me in my stroke.
Okay, now, I'm gonna tell you this one last thing, but hold on. Okay, so look, here's what happened out of all of this. This dude wrote a book. What's the name of the book?
Indifferent Strokes, Embracing Life's Adversity. Indifferent strokes, not different strokes. And I did that for a reason.
He's not talking about what you're talking about, Willis. He's not talking about that. He's talking about Indifferent Strokes. Great book. I read it, I think last year when it first came out. And I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go and get it and download it and buy it and support him and what he's doing right now. He is a life coach?
I'm an executive coach, life coach. I'm a motivational, inspirational speaker as well. I speak to companies, I speak to associations, I work with individuals, I work with leaders to help them grow as well and break through any type of challenges they're having.
So he does all those great things. His name is Terrance Minnoy. I'll leave links to his website and all his stuff in the description below. And, be like his son. Listen to God, do something, and you never know whose life you might save or whose life you might change by just being, well, the other day I said be a Reggie Cotton. So today I'm going to say be a Devin. Be there and be ready to hear the call. Devin heard his father calling, right?
Absolutely.
Right? He heard his father calling.
Yep.
And I'm just talking metaphor. Listen to when God is talking to you, okay? Terry, you had a good day?
Man, I had a wonderful day. And let me tell you right now, what you see of any branding that I have out there in the marketplace, which is all over the world, I hear from people from all over the world, this guy right here is the guy who shot the video, shot the main pictures, and today we just spent a few hours shooting some new pictures. That this guy is just an absolute pro, and I love him for everything he does, and I love him for his mindset as well. Definitely, Mike Lopez is the man. You know that.
Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Hey, so today was a good day. Good shoot today with Terry Minnoy. Amazing story. 3 strokes in just a matter of a few hours and stuff. And he's still alive and he's doing it. So his information will be down below in the description. Comment, like, share. Today was day 84. Grateful for another day. Did go see my Aunt Chris, and she's coming towards the end of this road. So we'll figure that out next. And, put my Aunt Chris in your prayers. I know you don't know her, but if you could just say a prayer for Chris for peace. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.